What is up, everyone? Welcome back. We've got another 2 versus 2 domination game here today for you. Today we are playing as the Axes. We're playing as the Germans, and we've got Angry Platypus on the team here, who has seen a couple videos and is open to our orders. Always appreciate it, man. Always happy to play with anyone that subscribes, anyone that watches. If you see me in game, say hello. Always happy to get a game in, and who knows, maybe you guys will ultimately be featured on the channel. But yes, we've got a late war 2 versus 2 domination game. We are playing as the all-around doctrine. I went with the all-around doctrine because there is a British player on the other team. And I had a feeling we were likely maybe going to see the Staghound CS. So I wanted to try to counter it with the Puma if I could. We spawned on the left side, so I've got one squad going out kind of in between kind of the map on the left. And then I do have one squad as well pushing out towards the center point. Angry Platypus has 2 squads going out to the far right, which is okay. So hopefully one of those squads will kind of work its way back into the center. Just going to give me a little support here. But I did ping where I'm hoping he can kind of secure and hold, and then we can get like a nice line across the map. I do notice, just briefly on the mini-map, there is at least something over on the left side, over by where the big cathedral church is. So I'm going to send some guys over there. From one of the squads, and then we're also meeting the I believe it's actually a Russian on the center point. So they are capping. We're gonna have to deal with that. We've also got guys that have already come up onto that high ground there, and that location is actually very important because spawn points will come up there. So we'll have to work our way back over to it, but for now we do need to kind of focus on the center if at all possible. Looks like there may be a gap in the lines between this cap point and their home point, so I'm going to send a couple guys over there. Maybe we can get an early kind of decap going, buy some time in the center. And we do have our 3rd Grenadier squad coming out as well to that center point, and the 4th squad is actually going to go reinforce the east, as the couple guys we sent over there are absolutely getting decimated. So not looking very good to start here. Haven't really been able to get the center under control. We are decapping their home point, which is kind of expected, but I'm likely going to lose that here shortly. We'll send this guy into that building if we can. And I want to desperately try to see if I can flip this cap, if at all possible. We only need like 1 or 2 guys in here, kill a couple guys as well, and we might be able to get it decapped. Oh, he dies. So unfortunate. We're so close. Hopefully these guys can get in. Desperately trying to get them to sprint in. All we have to do is flip it, and then we can buy our time. That's all we're looking to do here. Yeah. One guy needs to die, or if we lose one guy, it's Joe over. I expect them to likely cap this, but maybe. Ooh, just lucky enough to decap it. So we have flipped it. We are starting to cap it. They do still have guys there, and they're now pushing in from that southeast section. Looks like Angry Platypus has been able to secure the right side of the map, which is nice. And they are coming for their home point. We're going to get a half track up and kind of into the center. We're going to kind of press the advantage here. Although it looks like there was an engineer truck from the Brit player going to reinforce their home point. So it's kind of not the best, because I'm sure they'll just dig in, probably place mines and the likes there. But we're going to try to push this church with the squad if we can, just kind of press the advantage. I want to try to take it sooner rather than later. But there's really no rush, as obviously we can see this guy has dug in. He's got guys everywhere in all the buildings pretty much. Oh, and behind every wall too, it looks like. But we do have the Fusiliers coming into the center point. So we're going to reinforce this. Hopefully we can get this early cap and get this first one. Half-track is up in the center, and we do have another spawn point kind of in between the two positions. So we'll try to get that going as well. We do need to get reinforcements up there, so we could call in a second, not a second, but, you know, another Grenadier squad at this point. I'm going to send a couple guys down there that we're capping over here. And we'll just kind of make sure we've got a couple guys laying down behind those walls because we might be able to get some grenades off on anyone that's running up. We are at tier 1, so we do see a half-track from the Soviet player coming out. So he is going to be the Lend-Lease Doctrine. And they are also capping this new spawn point as well. Hopefully we can get this nade off, though. And we do still capping it, though. And we're going to bring the half-track over to this point to try to reinforce it. As you can see, this guy is rolling up, and we're not able to get the nade off on him. The AI gets a nade off, though. And Angry Platypus gets a nice... I believe that was a grenade, rifle grenade there. But I'm asking for a little more support in the center. I don't know if I can kind of deal with both of these points. Looks like the Brit player is bringing in the Bren carrier column, so I do believe that is the irregular Bren, or irregular doctrine for them. Our half-track is going against the Soviet half-track. He absolutely decimates us, unfortunately. But we did call in the Puma, so hopefully we'll be able to deal with him before he can run away, but we do rush that shot. And that Wasp is just destroying our infantry. So they have reset the cap. Pretty much decimated all my guys there. We've been able to kind of hold that position for the new cap, but I'm going to get another squad in down there. We did take out the M3 half-track, though. And it looks like he's got the mortar carrier kind of set up in a nice position to shell this area, unfortunately. Lots of low stone walls, though, so maybe we can get some nades over and kind of clear the infantry. Trying to see if we can maybe get this mortar carrier, but we are short again. We'll see if the AI on the Puma can take it out. And it looks like we can get some nades over, which is pretty nice. Take out one of the guys. If we crawl him in, we should be able to potentially cap. And looks like they've got a reinforcement squad coming down here. So they are going to flip the cap value, but we're going to meet them at the same time with our elite infantry and get them in. Mortar carriers running back. Trying to see if maybe I can shoot them through the door so that instead of going through two walls of the building, we're kind of only going through the back wall. Sometimes you are able to pen. Try the window. Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're just bouncing off it. So we'll pull back the Puma. Hasn't really been any vehicles to full counter the Puma at this point. The Brit should have the Locust with the Little John, and the Soviet player will actually have the Stuart, but I don't know if they're going to go for it. With having both of them already called in a DP unit of their own, that actually might be a waste and ruin whatever strategy they're going for. We're able to get a Faust off on the Wasp, though, as he was pulling it back up to start roasting our guys. And we've kind of pushed up pretty far here as well. Going up to the Wasp to pull out the fuel and the Bren. So even if they repair that, there's going to be nothing good there to actually utilize for it. And the Puma somehow gets the mortar carrier as well, which is fantastic. So it did manage to take that out. Looks like they have a field howitzer from the Soviet player. So he's shelling kind of us in the center here as more reinforcements do come in. I'm going to try to move the Puma around to engage it. I think I should have range on him. Actually, we're probably the same range, and we missed our first shot. Second shot is short. Of course, he gets the luckiest shot on us to not even kill any crews. Full kill the Puma, which is just great. Oh, just our luck. So we'll repair that. We managed to cap the lower point down here. It looks like we're going to get this one as well. This is good. We're already up 2 points, which is great for the MP boost. Not only just the, you know, the boost to score. Looks like Platypus has a guy going up at the field howitzer. So hopefully maybe he's got a Faust or something. He can take that out. But we did call in a Panzer IIIN either way to deal with it. Looks like he went down. So we'll bring up the Panzer IIIN to put some HE downrange on that gun. I want to try to take it out before it really decimates us. We get a nice lucky shot there to take out 2 of the crew. The gun is now showing for us. We take out all the crew with that one. Hopefully one more will kill the gun. No. Take out the tree, as is per usual. And that one does it. So just like that, field gun is down. Looks like he's repairing that half track, so I'm going to try to move up some guys to maybe just take him out. Puma stopped, the guy stopped repairing the Puma because we drove up the Panzer IIIN close to it. So that's a bit unfortunate. With an MG going into this guy, but we'll throw a nade either way just to kind of really take him out if we can. We'll cut him down. We do die though, which is slightly unfortunate. And looks like, yeah, the UK player is actually full building entrenchments on their home point. So he's got one guy, it looks like, building up the home point itself, which creates defenses and gives them an ammo crate there. And then I believe he's actually building sandbag walls to kind of across this opening, which is pretty smart. He's kind of giving himself extra opportunity to not only defend his home point, but also make pushes into the center here. I see in the minimap that the Bren carrier on this side is actually moved up and is now firing at the remaining guys I have there. I haven't even been able to pay attention, so we'll pull them back and just kind of buy time. This guy's crawling up here. We'll do a little micro when we can. Let me see if we can set this guy up on this side of the building behind the windows to just get some shots in. Looks like we got a heavy tank out. I believe that's a KV. Yes, so it's a KV from the Russian player. I don't think we can pen with heat from this range. Maybe we can get lucky and lob one and take out the gun or something. Puma is back up though, so we are going to recrew that. Ooh, looks like maybe did something there. Maybe tracked him. I don't know. But he does get a nice shot through us to kill a couple of the crew and damage us. Another shot. I don't think we're penning. Looks like on the minimap we got a stew coming up from our teammate. Puma rushes straight on through. Sounds like we got a drilling out on the field on our end. So Platypus is all around west. So we'll likely see a King Tiger from him, I'd expect. And we're going to move the Puma a little bit over to the left. We'll try to start making a push on the east with that once we're at a point to do so. But for now, I want to try to keep going against that shot. Oh, that's rough. We're going to try to keep doing some work on this KV. We really need to take it out so that we can kind of press the center here. We do have cap value. Oh, he was just short again. I don't know if he's microing it himself or if it's the AI that's doing it. But I think with the stew, we should be able to overpressure that and take it out with either HE or heat. But I think we're both firing heat at this point. Looks like he got someone with that shot at least. Looks like there's a Daimler off in the distance that took out the drilling. And with the Puma, we are going to hopefully take out this Baron before he runs, and we are. We do have another spawn point over on the right side that he's very close to, so we're going to send some reinforcements out that way to help support. Definitely want to cap that point and kind of reinforce those lines as well, because it is a little, he's a little short in terms of infantry. I think he's had probably quite a few losses, looks like just recently, based on the minimap, with a couple guys he can revive. Probably wouldn't recommend a medic, probably just get new guys at this point. But he definitely needs to get more infantry out. I'd say, just for anyone that's watching and everyone, you know, curious, if you have MP to spare and you can buy infantry, get infantry. Infantry is king in this game. The vehicles are just supporting cast. You need infantry to obviously hold lines, cap points effectively, deal with his infantry. Because like my Puma's not going to clear out these guys that are laying behind this wall. Likely to die to a Piat or, you know, something else. We're going to try to get this guy out of the church tower, because he's got great vision up there. And I don't know why he switches to a nade when he gets up there. That's a little annoying. He had the perfect chance to shoot that guy in the back, but he didn't. Set up another guy. I'm waiting because I think he just gets gunned down. Trying to take him out. The Puma doesn't have HE to do so, and I want to use the tower myself. We got some type of arty coming in on us from the other team, and it looks like they are making a pretty big push on that right point now. We are at tier 2, and there's also a Bren carrier rolling up here. I don't know. Bren? Yeah, maybe it's a Bren. Take a hit from whatever the arty was. Heavy is still up. We'll shoot the heat there. Most of our guys have actually kind of died on this point, unfortunately. The squad we sent out. It looks like he's actually positioned himself pretty nicely as well on that windmill, because it is raised. We're going to call in the Jagdpanzer 4, so that's going to be the second to last of our probable DP buys here, depending on what we get with tier 3. But I'm going to bring the Jagdpanzer that way to help support kind of our capture, considering we've got no infantry. Well, we've got infantry, but we have no supporting vehicles over here, as we can see, like the Daimler's just going to run straight up and start taking us out. We have an AT rifle grenade, so maybe we can get them. I don't know. It's going to be a little tough. We are pushing and pressing our advantage on this side. We're going to try to get an MP40 up in the church tower if we can to deal with this guy. And I'm going to try to move these guys out further as well. Wow, he switched to grenade again. Why? He gets the grenade off, though. What the hell is this? Alright, we get him. That was ugly. I don't know why, you know, that time obviously worked, but we're going to send the NG-42 back into the tower itself. And we're going to press our advantage. We're going to push up into the cemetery on this other side and try to get as far up as possible and try to cut off any avenue of approach. We're also going to grab... I was actually looking to see if the Piat was still in there, but he was smart enough to take it out. Usually one of those Brens comes with Piat. Panzer 3N is actually damaged with turret, and our Jagdpanzer 4 is also taking some damage as well. I think from artillery likely. But we got a big gap between the center and this point. And Platypus is definitely light on infantry. You could call in something. I'm assuming it's a half-track with infantry, considering his doctrine. But ideally, I'd kind of want to see like 2 other infantry sections out in the field already. And of course, Piat gets us, and we're track broken. He did ping it. I was just trying to get infantry out to cover this gap. And the plane's coming in. So we're going to use the Jagdpanzer. Hardly did anything. Not a worthwhile DP buy. Did not get the value out of it at this point. Definitely unfortunate. I'm going to try to get another shot off, but the horse does block it. And the bomb does set us on fire. Rip. Rip, rip. So the half track he called in is actually another drilling. We do have another spawn point kind of in the center, in between the 3 that are already out on the field, or the 2 that are out in the field. He does have another squad coming, but yeah, like I was saying, ideally you want more infantry out, and you want to just kind of hold the lines as best as you can. This right side we've pretty much lost, so I'd probably even let our opponents just kind of take it. There's way too many light Vics out that are going to take out his half tracks, so I am calling in a Panzer IV to try to rush that over to that side to assist. And I am trying to bring these Volksgren out into the center to hopefully stop their cap. They do have a another half track here from the Soviet player, and actually it's the first one to repair it. I believe that's a 107 from him that is just shelling us right now. We did get a Faust off on it though to take it out, but he did lose his drilling over on the right. We have flipped the cap here. We are pushing the boys in. Looks like they've got a couple guys on the other side of the wall that are prone. We're going to try to smoke the ammo crate and then just get some nades up. They did get the point kind of in the center that we were originally fighting over, as the KV has moved up. And they're likely going to get that right point as well. So it's going to be very, very important we get this kind of secondary central one. I did call up an AT team with Panzer Shrek. Probably should have done that earlier to get them into the center. It's very handy to have AT teams laying around as kind of sporadically as you can in the lines. There's a huge gap in between those 2 points. I'm very nervous about the Panzer IV getting piated. All it takes is one guy sneaking up because we don't have really vision off to the north. And we'll lose him very easily. Platypus is bringing up some reinforcements, kind of in between, just kind of in front of the Panzer IV at this point. And the Puma did wrap around to try to assist with some of the that's sneaking through, kind of in the center. We get an 18 nade off in front of the half track to do some damage and take it out, along with killing some of the guys that were in it. He's farming vet on the 107, which is not good. If he goes with, if he just keeps using that, in all honesty, he's gonna be very accurate by the time we get to tier 3, which is not gonna be good, considering he's just kind of farming our infantry with it right now. But we do get a decent little nade micro battle here. Take out a couple of their guys. Behind the wall, he takes out a couple of ours. We are able to kind of fend off those guys that are coming in, so we should thankfully cap that. 107 is kind of zeroing in on the Panzer IV, which is not good. Trying to cycle there with the nades, but I'm not able to. But we do cap it, so we do go back into the lead, thankfully. I'm going to smoke out with these Volksgren. They've kind of pushed hard in the center, so I'm going to try to just dig in there. The KV was rolling up, and he's got it angled perfectly behind the building there, trying to go for the Panzer IV. I'm going to try to rush up and do back. As he's backing off, we do get a nice one to pen, and I'm running up, and I hit something. We explode, and it's AT mines. Or AP mines. I don't know if he pulled that out from the crate. He's very smart for doing it, man. If that's where he got them. But there are AP mines, AT mines, TNT in the spawn crates that come. You'll see me often pull it out, run up further, and he's just got them all throughout that little courtyard area in between those buildings. So, unfortunately, that KV is going to get away. He took advantage of kind of the lull in the center and was smart enough to dig in, place mines. Very, very, very effective. Very effective, very annoying. Well, we'll back up the Panzer IV because we have no infantry support really on that kind of center. Our guys are getting absolutely shellacked by the 107 and supporting cast. We do finally get a spawn point over on the left, and we are ready for it. So I'm going to kind of move up some of these STGs into better positions, especially around that left side of the cemetery, where I can kind of prone them, and they're going to come either hopping over the walls or up through that little gap. We are going to set that boy out to lay some mines of our own on the approach. And we are sending over the Puma as well. We're going to dig in with these guys because we just haven't really been able to make any advance in the center. So we'll dig in here and there and kind of spread these guys out a little bit better. So we might be able to get a nice nade off here if we're lucky. Please don't hit the tree. Oh, he moved up. And I think that went over the wall. Stu does a little bit of damage though to him. So that's alright. It's like we're clearing him off as best as we can. 2 guys. Oh. The 107 gets a nice shot onto the ammo crate to actually blow it up. Thankfully, our guy was a little further back. We did lose one of them, though. But that sucks, because I was going to try to get more mines out of there and keep placing mines around the church. So at this point, we've got a minimal hold in terms of point value. Our right flank is completely deteriorated, and as you can see, he's kind of been pushed back pretty far. So we need to kind of retake our lines and then slowly push kind of this crossroad area right here. Apparently, they've taken both of his drillings that went down. But the Soviet player is finally making a push up to the rifle squad. Looks like we'll be able to get a nice nade here if we're lucky. It'll be 2 getting, what was that, 3, 4 of them? Second nade goes off, it's another 3. Pretty much decimated that squad minus a couple guys. Although the guy laying the mines actually hopped out of it, unfortunately. So we stopped the cap there. I'm going to prone him in the crater. This guy is so accurate with this 107. I don't know how he has vision, especially with his guys off the point. I don't know if it's the AI doing it, if he like clicked on the Puma at some point and saw it. But I'm thinking there's a guy in that building, so I run the Puma up there just to see if I can see anyone. But the 107 is just like pinpoint accurate towards that Puma, as you saw. I'm a little suspicious of how accurate that is. So if you watch this video, man, whoever the Soviet player was, I'd love to know if you had vision or if, like, how you were getting those shots so accurate on me when I know you don't have anyone that can see the Puma. Maybe it was from the guys that were up there and then immediately died, and you were just quick enough to right click it or F5 it to attack it with the AI. I don't know. But yeah, let me know. I'm curious. The drilling that was capped is sitting there, so we'll move up the Panzer IV to try to support and take it out. Looks like we got another squad coming in onto this left side, but we've got a lot of elite infantry over here, and we still have kind of where he's going to push, kind of on lockdown, so hopefully we can take him out. Got a huge gap in the lines that they've kind of pushed across the midpoint of the map, and they are pushing us hard here. So I've dug in, trying to just establish a base of fire. We are kind of unable to make any type of push on that side. Pulling back the boy with the STG, so we can keep him alive and not lose him early in this fight when these guys come up. But it looks like we'll be able to get, hopefully, some nades over this wall. Is that one, I think, falls? That second one should do it. Woo! Damn! I think that's 6, and then 1 guy to the STG. Nice. But we are shortly at tier 3. So we've got enough for the Stuka Zufus or the Jagdpanther. Checking what he's got available. I've got no idea what his DP is. I know he's gotten at least 2 drillings. which isn't like a typical build order, I'd say, for that doctrine, or at least one that I would typically do. So I'm not sure where he's at in terms of cost. So we do check. I want to kind of play to whatever he's going to go. So, for instance, like he says, if he goes Hummel or Panzerwerfer, I'll probably go with the Ag Panther. But I could also go with the Stukas and Crews to try to drop some of these points, like their built-in defenses. But we did get the next spawn point over at the church, which is fantastic. We're going to call in another Panzer IIIN. My goal with that was to try to push back this dug-in infantry in the center here and try to reestablish our lines by utilizing HE. Looks like the KV-1 is pushing back up in the center yet again. And I'm going to just gonna move these guys around a little bit better. Our numbers are starting to fall off here on this left side in terms of infantry. But if we can kind of hold the high ground in these prepared positions, we should still be able to make this work. And I'm also going to cheekily grab another squad to get out here as quickly as possible. And grab some AP mines. Grab some more. Let's see, can we put them inside the building? There's no way. Yeah, it looks like we can plant them in the building. So for anyone that didn't know, that church, you can plant AP mines in the building. To cut off the entrance. So if they do retake this position and we do lose it and they're rushing in to that building, that church, they should hopefully hit the mines and that should clear them off. Looks like it's either the first drilling or the second drilling. I don't even know if we killed the other one, but a drilling is over here. I stupidly pull up behind the building and take a shot, but I want to see if the Puma can take that out so they can't use it. I do believe that haystack in front of us does block shots, so I do pull up ahead of it. I know on certain maps, haystacks like that will negate AP going through. KV-1 is reoriented to go against the Stu in Panzer IV in the center. 107 nearly takes us out, nearly hits our engine block there, but we do take out the drilling first. As this guy is slowly crawling up to the church. So we'll try to get some nades over the wall here as our reinforcements do come up and in. Looks like we got a couple AP mines that were set up in a decent position here. We'll put some more just along that approach. And we're going to spread these guys out slightly as best as we can. I'd love to kind of push further if at all possible, but I don't know if that's the best decision. At this point, neither of us have called in a tier 3 unit, so I make the decision to go with the YAG to deal with the KV and any other heavy armor that we could see. Although, thinking about it now, I didn't think about it in game. Oh, I guess we do get a comment that does some big damage to that Panzer IIIN, so we're gonna likely use that. Yeah, we do right there. Thinking it, like I was saying, thinking about it with the doctrines that they chose. I'm thinking about it now. This KV is actually the worst that we're seeing, especially as now we get the Drusha from the Russian player. The Stu takes the brunt of the damage, and we're actually able to get the Panzer IV out of there. That Stu is tracked. Yeah, we likely could have benefited from either our teammate going with the Hummel or the Stuka Zufus. So the Stuka Zufus has less range, and we got to worry about that 107. But the Stuka, one of us going Artie would have been good. It would be good, as the Yag Panther just completely pens the KV to decrew it. I believe it is still drivable. And he does go with the Tiger 2s, he says. Not thinking about it in-game, it is fine. We just need to be careful of the rocket already in the 107. So he needs to not be too aggressive with it, but also not like leave it out in a position where it's just going to get artied. Totally fine, though, in my opinion. I'm sure others watching this back will have different opinions to what we should have done. I think now, you know, watching this back, obviously in the recording, going one of us Artie would have been a good idea, as the next spawn point does come up on that right side. But it is what it is. We still have a good lead here, so hopefully we can keep our advantage, although they are going to get this next spawn point potentially, as he's kind of unable to push that position. But maybe with whatever anti-tank destroyer he has and the KT, he'll be able to do some big work there. I've been able to move up slightly here in the center, although there is a sniper that's just taking us apart. KT does get the Comet, which is great. Looks like the 107's just been fired at the Ag Panther, as our tracks are yellow and orange already. That thing is way too accurate. Another shot rings in. Pulling up a 2-2-1. It's very gamey, but I'm very annoyed at the RD. This Comet is up. I'm going to try to move up with the Panzer IV. Looks like I hit the gun barrel and knocked that out. But I'm going to bring that 2-2-1 out to the far left and try to skirt around the edge and maybe get behind him, as the KT does take out the Comet. I want to try to get the 2-2-1 into the back line to either take out the 107 itself or the Andrusha if we can find it. So we're going to be cheesy. I don't like it, but we really have nothing to counter the RD play right now. And all he really needs is one lucky shot with the 107 to take out the Ag Panther. Maybe even the KT. Or like a good Andrusha barrage, which we really wouldn't have much to, you know, counter because of the range. I do pull up another Shrek team. I'm going to try to take out the KV if at all possible, because it is repaired, at least to some degree, and they can get in it. We overshoot with that one. I think we missed with the first one. Or we hit and we just didn't pen. Trying to use these buildings to my advantage, ducking in and out. If you get another shot on it, I believe to do some more damage. I believe that's the Wasp backup. So they did repair the Wasp. And it looks like the drilling on the right side is still in use. Those shots are coming in. Looks like we might have hole broken the KV yet again. We'll try to continue pressing up here if at all possible. We didn't hole break it. KV's back up. He's backing off. See if we get another Shrek shot. We do some damage to it, but I don't think we hole broke it. Looks like he's still moving. So I'm moving up the Ag Panther to hopefully the AI can take it out. And while that's happening, I'm going to start the approach with the 2-2-1. The Ag Panther is getting way too close. I don't know why the AI feels the need to rush up well beyond its range. This thing probably would have gone to like 160, I bet, to shoot if I didn't stop it there. Trying to aim for the track, but the Citroen blocks our shot. I think I still got it. But, oh yeah, look, I did. All right, so cool. So, Navy's down. It is still, I think, recruitable and or repairable. I'm very afraid the Andrusha's back up, so I am pulling the Ag Panther well out now. 2-2-1 has been busy over here, taking out some of these guys on this flank. As we run over two more. He's got a massive squad behind that wall that we could maybe go for. But I've got bigger targets. I know the rough location of the 107. I believe it's back where that, yeah, it's got to be where that ammo truck is. But I see the Andrusha in the distance. I've got no idea what tank support or AT they've got here, so I'm going to try to go around back. And of course, there's a Cromwell CS sitting back there just waiting. I don't know if he just called that in and it just happened to be there, luckily, at that time. Or if he was just sitting back with that thing waiting for whatever reason. But one of the few cancer mobiles is coming out, so that will be fun to deal with. the arc of the CS and how good it is. We're gonna pull out another 2-2-1, send it out over on the right flank. Try our luck again, going the opposite way maybe. As another small point comes kind of over on the right side. They still haven't capped that one on the far right. But with how close the score is, I do reference that we probably need at least one of these two, which it looks like they're about to cap the one on the far right. Oh, so he's got the pack wagon half track. That's what his AT is, and that thing is getting shelled by the 107. Ooh, and there goes the attrition. Pack wagon goes down. I'm gonna try to make a run up this way. See if we can go for the intrusion if we can get lucky here. I don't know the best route because I know if I hit the wall, we were gonna stop. We'll hit the trees instead to take ourselves out. So that's great. We called in the 2-3-4x1, 2 centimeter on that left side with the last of our DP just to kind of give us another infantry killer. We're moving up with the Panzer IV. We're going to try to maybe go against the Cromwell, but also just to kind of give support to our push on this point because we desperately need it. We do have a little bit of time because the Andrusha just went off as, I don't know, our AI decides to kiss right there a little bit. The Ag Panther and Stew. That's great. But we're moving the Ag Panther over to go up against the Cromwell. I think we bounced on his turret. Or maybe we penned straight through his turret. We're going to bring up the Panzer IV to kind of go at the side at the same time. He's engine. We do engine him there. We do have a couple Shreks, so maybe we can get lucky and get a, not Shrek, but Faust and bring them up. Looks like we're actually potentially in range of them, though, as we do see the KV going back up. Panzer IIIN is back up as well. KV's going at the Panzer IV. Cromwell CS gets one shot to hull break us, because it's just that easy. Trying to get a better angle with the Jag Panther. Looks like we can. We do, but I think we actually hit the post there. I don't know. I don't think we actually penned it. And of course, we're in his range. And with his arc, he can hit us. We can't hit him. We're crucial. Before we can even back out, he's just going to keep stun locking us. And we're tracked. I know it's coming. I know a plane is on the way. I call in a 2 centimeter Opal Blitz to maybe try to negate it, because I'm sure this guy is just dinging the Ag Panther repetitively. We did get out to immediately repair it. We've also smoked out, and there comes the plane on the minimap. As we do some more damage to actually take out, I think he took out the KV. We've hull broken, I believe, the Cromwell. 2 centimeter is here, but I think that plane is way too close. We called it in too late. And the bomb arrives. Fantastic. Fantastic. And that loss did put them back into the lead, although I do believe we got that point on the right. So we are close. This is a very close contested game. We still have the KT. But this is looking very tragic. I love using the CSs. I'm a hypocrite, but it is terrible. So I ask if he can kill the Cromwell, because at this point we need the points. We need to come back here. We've had the lead the entire game, but we're now at the point where we're throwing. Panzer III needs another repair kit. So I am bringing over the 2 centimeter so that this guy will hopefully go to it. Although it looks like there was just a repair kit right outside the tank either way, so it wasn't even needed. Drilling is shredding. What was that, a half track, I believe? CS vehicles are so good. I think they just need to nerf the arc. I think if they nerf the arc, 7 here. nearly takes out the King Tiger there. But we're pulling up a 2-2-1. We're just going to pull this bad boy right up the main road. I tell him to move back the KT. It's not worth losing it. It's Artie. Hoping maybe I can get up to where the 107 is. But I think he's got AT mines there. As they've fully embraced the defensive like we saw at the beginning. They just dug in and held, and now they've been able to flip it. We do get the next spawn point here, though, so this is super important. If we can get the spawn point, it won't matter. I think we have enough time, although truly I haven't played Domination enough to really know the actual time. So I'm kind of stupid in regard to that. I should really know. I'll look into it. He does have guys that are just kind of dug in there, overlooking it. And I'm moving over the Panzer IIIN to hopefully try to do something. Looks like the Panzer IV went down to a Piat there. Looks like there's a light vehicle coming in to support their push. Don't know why I must have clicked it. I don't know why the Puma decided to turn around, but maybe we can get a sneaky shot off. Ooh, get a nice shot to actually full kill the T-70 there. So we just cooked him off immediately. I'm immediately going to bring up the 234 with the 2 centimeter and the Panzer III. We've got guys on the flank as well. So I'm hoping between all of this, we can stop any type of push on that side. I'm moving the 2 centimeter truck over towards the KT just in the off chance somehow it gets tracked and another plane comes in. At least we have AA ready to go for it. It's got a AT guy running up. Where was he shooting? Maybe he's delayed. I don't know. Seeing ghost, that guy. 107 just misses the 234. And Drush is coming in now. Looks like he's going for the 234. Woo, trying to just turn around it. Looks like I'm able to. We're so close to capping this, but because we just pulled out, the 234 is now not in a good position to stop this rush. Trying to get it back in and hit direct hit to the effing 107 there. We've still barely got it, but these guys are gonna get in. The crate blows up, running over the guys here. Looks like there's a heavy tank coming in. I think that's a Churchill. Yeah, Churchill CS. Fantastic. So fun. We've still got the cap value with 2 guys in it, but it looks like there's a guy that just killed them with a nade. I've got absolutely nothing to call in. Begging for help. Probably should have called for help with the KT earlier. Probably should have brought that over to this point as soon as this one spawned, knowing we needed it. So that probably could have been a good chance for us. I'm trying to get the Panzer III to a point where I can kind of arc some shots over the terrain with heat, but I do think the Churchill has a better arc than we do, because this thing just shoots kind of like straight. We shoot, or he arcs, we shoot straight. They are capping this. Looks like our teammate is bringing over the KT, but at this point, I'm kind of like, well, we need to kill something, I guess, at this point to kind of catch up. We need 40 points, 50 points. And I'm going to try to go for the Churchill because that's going to be the most value, but I think he's got me. Calling another squad, but with a minute left, the KT impossibly far away, us going down to an SU-76 wouldn't have even mattered. Maybe we can get a Faust 100 up on this SU for lucky. It's a long run up that we got to do, though. Trying to duck, dodge, weave around these shots. And oh, with 40 seconds left, it's ripped. We were so close. So unfortunate. 228, 331, 231. Not bad. Lots of vehicle deaths on our end, but we tried some messy stuff with the light Vics, trying to get them around. Man, I think we threw with the Yag Panther pushing. And then just not getting the KT over to the side. I don't know if it would have mattered, but maybe with the KT over here at this spawn point, we would have been able to stop them from pushing in and taking out the church. So I don't know. Maybe it's closer. Oh, it's so bad. So unfortunate. Ah, we threw. So sad. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what we could have done differently. And we will see you on the next one.